My summer project was with Manchester Airport, and Manchester Airport has actually made a commitment to reduce the noise from its operation so that people living around Manchester Airport will not be disturbed. So this project was basically about developing a noise charging regime. By that, what the airport wanted to do was they wanted to charge airlines for the aircrafts that make noise, so that the aircraft that make a lot of noise will get penalized, while an aircraft that is less noisier will get a rebate. So the idea was that this noise charging scheme would actually act as an incentive for airlines to switch to less noisy aircrafts because they'll be getting rebates for it. And eventually the idea is that once this system is in place, it will also affect the aircraft purchase decisions by the airlines, so that they'll go buy aircrafts that make less noise, and hence the manufacturers will also build aircrafts that make less noise. I had to build a noise charging regime, like which category gets a rebate or which category gets surcharged. And the idea here was that it should not be a commercial disadvantage to Manchester Airport by installing this initiative. This is something like a corporate social responsibility initiative because they're doing it voluntarily. So what I had to do was I had to process the flight movement data for the past 1 year from Manchester Airport. And for each aircraft, I processed about 82,000 flight movements. So for each of the flight movements, I had to categorize it by the amount of noise that the aircraft makes. It was very complicated, and it was quite challenging, especially for somebody like me who has never had any idea about the aviation industry, about aircrafts and how aircrafts make noise and things like that, technical information. So I had to process a lot of technical information. And at the same time, I was building a model, an Excel model. So in this business model, building it was quite tough because there were so many things, a lot of data to process. But it was a very interesting project, and I think I've learned a lot from this. It's scary at times because you're on your own and all the decisions are in your hands. You have to decide which is the right option and what's the next step. But at the same time, I think it's quite a very valuable experience because you get the chance to try out everything you've learned on the MBA, your consulting skills, your skills on working in groups, your skills on managing the stakeholders. All the experiences that I got right from the New Venture Challenge and the Consultancy Challenge and the various group assignments that I had to do with my colleagues, it definitely helped me in managing this project. I think without those, I would have been lost. In my final meeting, we were discussing the options for them, and my client was like, "This is great. We were really happy with it." And I think that's when all those weeks of hard work paid off, and I was like really happy about it. And knowing that you've done a good job, and also that I have personally learned a lot from this project. I think this project has taught me CSR and the practical difficulties that businesses face in implementing CSR. Like, I could read n number of books and still I couldn't have learned it like I did on this project. And I'm hoping that what I've experienced, what I've learned on this project will help me with my future career in CSR.